Hi, this is Praise George. I want to share with you on 10 kinds of fear which hold you back from achievement, the fears which hold you back from manifesting your dream, the fears which hold you back from executing your dream, the fears which hold you back from becoming all you can possibly be. And some of these fears you know, some of these fears you don't know. And I will share with you very quickly. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. If you want to experience a new phase level of life, you have to exit your comfort zone. You have to dare. You have to break out of the limitations and confinements of fear. You have to do something you've never done. Go to places you've never been and meet people you've never met and do things you have never done in your life. There are 10 kinds of fear, probably more. However, I'll be sharing 10 kinds of fear in this video. 1, the fear of rejection. The fear of rejection holds you back from doing the things you want to do. Maybe you want to ask somebody for help, support, or assistance in your dream, and you're afraid that you'll be rejected. Rejection does not mean that you as a person, you're not good enough. No, rejection just means that whoever rejected you does not believe in your dream. Rejection doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you're not good enough. Rejection just means that those people do not align with your dream, with your idea, with your purpose. So rejection should not make you begin to lose your self-esteem and your sense of self-worth. Don't be afraid of people's rejection. In sales, you are encouraged to keep asking people to buy your product or keep showing people the value of your product in spite of whatever rejection you face. So you have to keep going. You have to keep asking. In fact, in sales, sometimes you make a sale after 10 rejections, sometimes after 20 rejections. But you have to keep going. You have to keep asking. You have to keep reaching out to people. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Yes, you will be rejected. Yes, you will experience rejection. You will experience great rejection. However, you have to believe in yourself and believe in your dream, and don't let rejection hold you back. 2, the second kind of fear, the fear of failure. People are afraid to dare because they are scared that they will fail. Failure is just feedback. Failure is feedback telling you that either your plan was not good enough or your execution was poor. It is just feedback. And failure just gives you data and information for you to improve on your performance. That's what failure is. Failure does not reflect on your character and your person. And you know, some people experience failure and the next thing they're telling themselves that they're not good enough and all that. No, failure does not mean you're a bad person. Failure means that whatever plans you had and your method and mode of execution was probably poor, and the way you went about seeking the realization and actualization of your dream was not well thought out. That is what failure is telling you. Failure is just feedback. So don't be afraid of failure. On the path of success, you are going to experience failure. That doesn't mean that you should give up or stop. Failure is part of the success equation. Failure is part of the success equation. So don't be afraid of failure. Don't be scared of failure. Someone said that if you're not failing, that means you're not trying enough. If you're not failing, that means you're not trying hard enough. You're not experiencing failure, that means you're not trying hard enough. You have to put yourself out there. You have to try. And it is in trying and experimenting and daring new things that you will know what works and what doesn't work, and you will stick to what works. So failure is good feedback for you to know, oh, this doesn't work. This thing doesn't work. Oh, and this works. And you stick to what works and you keep pursuing it. The third kind of fear is the fear of poverty. People are afraid. The fear of poverty can either keep you in poverty, or you can break out of that fear of poverty and do something meaningful with your life. You can break out of that fear of poverty. People are afraid of poverty. Instead of breaking out of that fear and reaching out for the manifestation of their dreams, they are afraid of poverty and they do nothing about their dream. The fear of poverty. People don't spend money or they don't invest because they are afraid that, listen, if I let this money go, I may never get it back. So they don't invest. It's the fear of poverty. They don't seize opportunities that involves money. It is the fear of poverty. You have to break that fear over your life. If you want to be successful, break the fear of poverty. You have to invest. You have to use the resources you have to invest to seize opportunities, to explore opportunities. The fourth kind of fear, the fear of people's opinion. What will people say? Social media makes many people afraid to dare. Why? Because of what people will say. You talk about your dream that you're going to do something, and you have 1,000 people, strangers, who have absolutely no idea about your life or what is going on in your life, coming to attack you and tell you you should not go after your dream. People who have no idea of what is going on in your life. People's opinion. People who have no idea of where you're coming from, of where you're going to, or the circumstances in your life, what you're going through. They have no idea what you're capable of, your abilities, your skill sets, your talent. They have no idea. But they have opinions. Don't be afraid of people's opinions. People will always have opinions. Don't let their opinions affect or influence you negatively. Don't be deterred by people's opinions. Don't be afraid. They are always going to say something. Some of you are not on social media right now. You're not posting as you ought to post because you're scared of people's comments. Let them make their comments. You're not the ones living your life. You're not the ones living your dream. Your dream is in your hands. Let people be free to express their opinions. And it is very interesting that some people may express some opinions which seem to be antagonistic and against your dream. However, if you think about what they said, you may see some gems of wisdom in their criticisms, and you can use those gems of wisdom to your advantage and benefit. So sometimes people's opinions which seem negative can help you advance your cause and your dream. Number 5, fear that holds people down. Fear of the unknown. People are bound, are in chains, because they are afraid of the unknown. Fear of the unknown keeps people in bondage. Fear of the unknown. You're thinking, if I do this today, what is going to happen? If I go to this place, what will happen? If I make this call, what will happen? Fear of the unknown, uncertainty. Uncertainty, it keeps people in bondage. However, you can never experience greatness. You can never experience and enjoy the manifestation of your dream if you're afraid of the unknown. You have to go to places you've never been, speak to people you've never spoken to, and try the things you've never done in your life for you to experience success. Do not allow the fear of the unknown hold you back. Do not allow hold you back. Some of you are afraid to travel to new countries and countries you've never been. You are afraid to travel to new places you've never been and leave your country and travel to go and explore new countries and new opportunities because you are afraid of the unknown. So I've never been to this country. I don't know what will happen if these people are friendly or antagonistic. They will help me or hinder me. I don't know. Well, you don't know until you try. You have no idea until you try. Do not allow fear of the unknown hold you back. Number 6, fear of change. Change is hard. Change is difficult. It is very hard for people to change their habits. Habits that people have had for ages. They've been conditioned by those habits and they are scared of change. You know, it is easy for people to stay in their comfort zone. Stay in their comfort zone. They're used to it. The people they're used to, the environment they're used to, the systems they're used to, the things that surround them, their friends, the things they're used to. Change is very difficult. It is difficult for people to break out of that comfort zone. So change threatens them. For some people, change is almost like death. They are afraid of change. Or change your business, or change your job, or change your environment, or change your friends. People are so afraid. That is why they stick with friends who are no longer bringing them value, people who bring them no value, a job that is bringing them no value, a business that is bringing them no value, an environment that is bringing them no value, because they are afraid of change. They are scared of change, so they would rather die in the wrong place, wrong environment, wrong job, wrong business, wrong relationships, because they are afraid of change, to try something they've never done. To change. Change is hard. Change is not easy because people are wired. Your brain is wired to keep you in your comfort zone, and your brain is wired to protect you. That is how your brain protects you, by keeping you in your comfort zone. So your brain is against change. You have to tell yourself that, listen, change is good for me. Change is good for me financially, spiritually, emotionally. Change is good. You have to tell yourself this truth, or your brain, which is wired to keep you in your comfort zone, will keep you bound and limited. You have to break the fear of change if you want to advance, if you want to break out of your environmental limitations, your mental limitations. You have to break that fear of change and embrace change. Embrace change. In fact, seek change. Before change comes to you, seek change. Seek change. Because when you change, you give yourself the opportunity to advance and to do more with your life. Number 7, fear of the rich. Some people are afraid of the rich, and anything the rich say is true. Anything they agree with whatever the rich say. If they're working for rich people, they're afraid of them. They kowtow, they bow, they cower. They act like slaves before the rich because they have money. Well, don't be afraid of the rich. Don't be afraid of the rich. Money is just a reward for the delivery of value. It doesn't make someone better than you because they have money. You can make your own money. Don't be afraid of the rich. Don't be intimidated, threatened by the rich. Do not sabotage yourself or your dream or your ideas because you're afraid of the rich. You're before the rich and the rich are saying something that is obviously very wrong, but you're silent because in your mind you're thinking, if I tell these people that what they're saying is wrong, they're rich and they're powerful and they might destroy me or ruin me. Don't be afraid of the rich. Speak up and speak your mind. Yes, sometimes you have to pay dearly for your beliefs. You have to pay dearly for the things that you believe, but do not be intimidated by the rich and the powerful. Don't be intimidated. Don't cower before the rich. Don't kowtow before the rich. Don't kneel before the rich like a worthless slave. No, stand for the things that you believe. Do not be afraid of the rich. Stand for what you believe and pursue your dream. Pursue your dream. Believe in yourself. Never doubt yourself. Fear of the future. Number 8, fear of the future. Some people are afraid of tomorrow. They are afraid of what will happen tomorrow. So instead of living today and in the now, they are afraid of what is going to happen tomorrow, and they are scared of taking action, of living in the now because they are afraid of tomorrow. Don't be afraid of tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, tomorrow you will be fine. Do the things that you ought to do now. What is right before you? What is before you now? Do it. Do it. Do the things that you ought to do now. Whatsoever is before you that needs your attention, do it, and tomorrow will be fine. Your future is determined by the actions that you take today and the decisions that you make today. So make the right decisions today and do the right things now, and tomorrow and your future will be fine. Number 9, fear of authority figures. Fear of authority figures. You have to break out of that fear of authority figures. Fear of your teachers, fear of your parents, fear of the powerful, fear of your pastors, fear of your spiritual leaders, fear of your political leaders, fear of any authority figure, and fear of your boss in the office or your supervisors in the office. Fear of authority figures holds you bound. And instead of speaking up and doing the things you ought to do for yourself, you are afraid of authority figures, so you don't take action in your dream. Anything an authority figure says, you believe it. Anything an authority figure says, you believe it, you accept it. Because an authority figure. No, you have to learn to question your authority figures. Learn to question your leaders. Learn to question the people who are in power. Question everybody. Question everything and ask why. Question them. Don't be intimidated by anybody. Ask why. You want me to do this? Why? You want me to take this drug? Why? You want me to take this that you want me to do? Why do you want me to do it? You want me to wear a mask? Why do you want me to do that? Ask why. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you an intelligent person. Always ask why and let them give you a reason why. Don't just obey blindly and follow blindly, foolishly. No, always ask questions from your authority figures. Don't be intimidated. Oh, because a person has a big title. No, it doesn't mean anything. Ask questions. Ask questions. You have the right to ask questions. Always ask questions. And the last fear is the fear of death. That is the major fear that keeps people in bondage. Fear of death. They are afraid they're going to die. Listen, the bad news is that everyone is going to die. Every single one of us will die. However, before you die, you have the opportunity to live a great life. You have the opportunity to live your dream. You have the opportunity to manifest your greatness. You have the opportunity to change the world. Don't be afraid of death. Don't allow the fear of death hold you back. Unless, of course, you're standing in front of an oncoming vehicle. Then you should let the fear, you should move out of the way of an oncoming vehicle. But don't be intimidated and afraid. Live life on your own terms. Live your dream. Live your dream. Live your dream. Pursue your dream. Go to places you've never been. Meet people you've never met. And do the things. Dare to do the things you've never done. Stop seeking the approval, the validation, and the consent of people before you take action on your dream. Many of you are bound by the validation you receive from people. Stop explaining yourself to people. Stop seeking validation by explanation. Stop explaining your life, your dream to people because you seek their validation. That is fear. Break out of that fear. Live life on your own terms. You will be fine. You will be fine. I want you to go to my website, youwillbefine.org, and get my books and subscribe to my newsletter. Consistency creates champions. Subscribe to my newsletter, and I will send you articles that will motivate you, inspire you, encourage you, strengthen you to pursue and live your dream. Subscribe to my newsletter, Consistency Create Champions, and grab my books at youwillbefine.org. You will be fine. You'll be fine.
Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe to this channel.